What's up, guys? Welcome back to another installment of basically MMA talk. So Dana White just keeps getting under my skin, man. I mean, look, it wasn't that long ago that I did a video about UFC on Fox 4 and the promise that Dana White made to his fighters. And to us as fans, I mean, he took this straight from Twitter. Is we didn't like the fact that he was going to give Shogun another title shot or another crack at John Jones if he beat Brandon Vera in impressive fashion. Well, I mean, I didn't dig that from the beginning. I mean, there should be people ahead of him. I can think of two or three right off the top of my head. But anyway, so he said, well, okay, we'll include the co-main event too. So there's four guys. There was Ryan Bader, there was Lyoto Machida, there was Shogun Hua, and there was Brandon Vera. All four, whoever wins most impressively, gets the next shot at Johnny Bones. So of course, everyone knows about the UFC 151 debacle. John Jones is not to blame, not 100% anyway. All he did was listen to the people that got him to where he is today. Listen to the people that got him where he is today. That got him the Bentleys, that got him the $1 million contracts, that got him, carrying that strap around everywhere he goes. I mean, I'd listen to them too. It maybe blame it on Greg Jackson. I mean, there's more to John Jones than just John Jones. There's an entire camp involved, and there's people behind the scenes. It's not just John Jones. I mean, yeah, sure, maybe he had a little bit of poor say so in it, but I mean, fuck it. He didn't want to fucking fight Chael Sonnen on a fucking week's notice. I wouldn't either. A champ's never turned down a fight, really. Tito Ortiz has never turned down a fight, really. I mean, Dana White has the fucking balls to say there to stand up and say we've never had a champion turn down a fight. Do you know how long it took Tito Ortiz to fight Chuck Liddell? And then when he did fight Chuck Liddell, he got knocked the fuck out. And he called him out again, and he got knocked the fuck out again. I mean, he was beating up on poor old fucking Ken Shamrock fucking 4 times in a row. And Chuck's taking out the number 2, 3, and 4 competition for Tito, paving the way, and keeping, Chuck at number 2, Tito at number 1 until, eventually they had to fight. So I don't want to hear that bullshit, Dana. You're so fucking full of shit. Seriously, you're so fucking full of shit. Oh, by the way, shout out to my boy Ryan, 1983. What's up, man? But anyway, you're so fucking full of shit, man. Tito turned down so many fights. I mean, I remember him looking at the ground and saying, it's not worth the money we're getting paid. If you ask me, the friendship, it digs too deep. It's just right here with me. I treasure it so much. So, I mean, fuck that. It's a crock of shit. He's trying to make Johnny Bones seem worse. More to blame than he is. It was the Jackson camp. They come as a package. It's a package deal. Like I said, the dude has handlers. So we'll move past that. WMMA. Sarah. I'm sorry. I almost said her opponent's name. Ronda Rousey got an opponent for her next title defense, Sarah McMahon. She'll be defending her title in Strikeforce against Sarah McMahon. I don't know too much about Sarah McMahon. I did watch a little snippet on YouTube, and not too bad. I can easily see Rousey doing the same old thing. I mean, it's going to be first round armbar until she gets to Cyborg. I mean, when we get to Cyborg, I would love to see that under the UFC banner. Just one WMMA fight under the UFC banner, and make it a co-main event and see how it goes. Put a kick-ass main event. If Dana can get his fucking shit straight, because we're not going to get to see any sort of superstar anything until at least mid-November. GSP Condit, if that's even still going on. So anyway, with Machida, he was promised this shot with John Jones, and since he didn't take it on a week's notice, now he has to fight Dan Henderson to get back to number 1 title contention. So him and Dan Henderson have to battle it out for title contention when it was already promised to Machida. So when my boss tells me something, and I mean, I would have got that shit ready. From now on, anything Dana White fucking says, and if you're an employee of his, I don't give a fuck if you wash his fucking clothes. If you're a maid at his house, get it in fucking writing. That guy's, I mean, it's just like fucking diarrhea of the mouth, man. Everything he says is just bullshit. Just fuck that, like, fuck that guy. He ruined my fucking day, man. Chael Sonnen's an animal. He's a fucking beast. Well, he was calling him a crazy fucking. He's crazy, fucking retarded. I don't know what he's talking about half the fucking time. Just a few weeks ago. So I mean, I don't know. The guy's head is in the clouds. For Christ's sake, he put Anderson Silva and Stephan Bonnar as the main event to replace Jose Aldo and Frankie Edgar in Brazil. I mean, come on. It is the biggest spread in UFC history, probably in MMA history. The spread that I read most recently was 13. Anderson Silva was a minus 1350, and Bonnar was also steady plus 850. So I mean he's a 13 and a half, 14 to 1 underdog to win this fight. That's about a 93% guarantee that Anderson Silva is going to win the fight. The only place I see him being a little bit more dominant than Silva and I'm surprised that I'm even saying it, is toughness, just mental, just raw toughness, like Diaz brothers toughness, like hard Frankie Edgar toughness, just fucking you're just a fucking tough dude, and that's Bonner for sure. I mean, anyone that knows anything about MMA and how the UFC got launched and got started, he and Forrest Griffin just swung until they get. I mean, they swung, they kicked, they did everything they possibly could to get that contract. Epic fight, one of the most important 15 minutes in mixed martial arts history. Let's move on just a bit more. I did go just a little bit into it earlier, but Nick Diaz came up with an idea of when he's off suspension. Why doesn't he meet Anderson Silva at a catchweight, or even better yet, move up to middleweight? Doesn't matter if he wants to give up his title or not. He wants to fight Anderson Silva. Since everyone's got Anderson Silva at the top of their list, pound for pound, number one, best fighter on the planet, hasn't been beaten in 7 years, 15 title defenses. Fuck it, why not return and fight him? Why not? Why not do it? Dana White, everybody wanted it. I kept seeing, make it happen, make it happen. Silva versus Diaz, Diaz versus Silva, make it happen, make it happen, make it happen, make it happen. All over Twitter, plastered like a fucking poster board, just plastered. And Dana White says it makes no sense in any universe for that to happen. First of all, Nick blew it with his shot at the 170-pound title against Carlos Condit. That was his last fight. What makes him deserving of I mean, he said he didn't even want the belt. That's not even part of the deal. Fighting Anderson Silva is what Nick's primary objective was, and Dana White said it just made absolutely no sense. But pitting him against fucking Stephan Bonnar, a 14 to 1 underdog. That you think that makes fucking sense? What I think it does is I think it makes dollars. I think it doesn't make any sense, but it sure as fuck makes dollars. Dana White can't have another main event get canceled. I mean, 2 main events get canceled in 30 days. There's no way. So he grabbed. Silva's been wanting to step up, and he just grabbed whoever was nearest to him, just grabbed him and said, "You gotta fucking fight," And I mean, he's on his way out anyway. Bonner's on his way out anyway. I just, I would advise the ref to watch that fight closely because if it turns into a brawl, it's going to be a fucking bloodbath. I mean, we all know what's going to happen. We all know Bonner's going to get knocked out something fierce. But it's MMA. There's always that chance that someone will put $100 down on Bonner and end up $2,000 richer. I mean, you never know. So I'm gonna go do what I gotta do. You do what you gotta do.